Did you know that saying the wrong thing on a first date can ruin your chances in just 7 seconds? Yes, first impressions matter, and today, I'm here to make sure you don't fall into the most common conversation traps. But before we get started, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on life-changing tips like these. Let's dive into the 7 things you should never say on a first date. 1. My ex used to. Nothing kills the vibe of a first date faster than bringing up your ex. Whether you're reminiscing about the good times or venting about the bad, mentioning your ex signals that you're not over them. Imagine this. You're telling your date, my ex and I used to come to restaurants like this all the time. What's running through their head? Probably something like, are they really ready to move on? Instead, focus on the present and ask your date about their favorite activities or places. Shift the spotlight onto them and build a connection based on shared interests, not past baggage. 2. I'm just so busy right now. We get it, everyone's juggling a million things. But constantly talking about how busy you are can come across as self-absorbed or even dismissive. Saying something like, I'm swamped with work, I barely had time for this date, makes your date feel unimportant. Why are you even here if you don't have time? Instead, express genuine interest in the moment. Say, I'm glad we could find time to meet. It's a subtle yet powerful way to make your date feel valued. 3. Do you want kids? Asking about marriage, kids, or future plans too soon can overwhelm your date. While these topics are important in the long run, a first date is all about testing the waters, not mapping out your future together. Picture this. You casually ask, so, how many kids do you want? Your date might think you're planning the wedding before dessert. It's a big red flag that you're rushing things. Keep it light. If you're curious about their family values, ask general questions like, what's your family like? Or, do you enjoy spending time with nieces or nephews? These are safe and non-committal ways to gauge their values without diving into the deep end. 4. How much do you make? Money talk is tricky, especially on a first date. Asking about someone's salary or financial situation is not only rude but also highly invasive. For example, if you say, so, what's your annual income? You're likely to make your date uncomfortable and defensive. It's a surefire way to derail an otherwise good conversation. Instead, focus on their passions or career achievements. Try saying, what do you enjoy most about your job? This allows them to share what they're proud of without feeling interrogated. 5. Politics these days. Politics can be a powder keg of a topic, especially on a first date. Whether you agree or disagree, it's risky territory that could spark an unnecessary argument. Saying something like, I can't believe people who support XYZ, might lead to an uncomfortable or heated exchange. Remember, first dates are about building rapport, not debating. Instead, keep the conversation light and fun. Discuss neutral topics like movies, travel, or hobbies. There's plenty of time to share deeper opinions once you've established a connection. 6. I Googled you before this date. Admitting that you've done a deep dive into someone's online presence before meeting them can feel invasive. Saying something like, I saw your old vacation photos on Instagram, might come across as creepy rather than flattering. While it's natural to look someone up, keep it to yourself. Focus on what they're sharing in the moment instead. Say, tell me about your favorite trip, rather than referencing what you've already discovered online. 7. Let's go back to my place. Suggesting or hinting at getting physically intimate on a first date can send all the wrong signals. It's often interpreted as desperation or a lack of respect. Saying something like, we should continue this at my place, can ruin an otherwise good vibe, making your date question your intentions. Instead, focus on building a connection through meaningful conversation. Let the relationship evolve naturally over time. The first date is about creating a strong foundation and leaving a positive impression. By avoiding these conversational pitfalls, you're more likely to enjoy a second date and maybe even something more long-term. Remember, dating is as much about listening and learning as it is about sharing who you are. When in doubt, keep the conversation light, positive, and focused on shared interests. Want more tips on how to navigate the dating world like a pro? Hit that subscribe button and join us for more real-world advice to level up your skills. Don't forget to comment below. What's the most awkward thing you've heard on a first date? Let's share some laughs.